Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Hey, 43, 15.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. First carry for James Conner. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll try and run for it with counter. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And it's caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame. Now
we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
And that's frustrating for a defense, because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Bronco 80.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Cougar 19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. There's Chris Olave. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football.
Okay, break.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
The Broncos, it's 7-3 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 77.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
51 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out. Learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ready.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Sanders. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
The pass caught by Olave. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 5. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
60 Vikings, 19 Lions. Hey, pass.
They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready. Happy Lions.
They'll run with Sanders. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Miles Sanders. First half is winding down, and the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Mahomes now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final shot before the half from Mahomes.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator. When we clip out the box score, nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 70, Timberwolf. Hustle.
Right back to Sanders on first down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 111 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Pat the 60, Pat the 60. Ready.
Another run here with Sanders. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there.
With his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
The point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
7 Pirates, 7 back at 60.
He'll look to throw.
Throw caught by Raymond.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They're going to try and throw.
Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll look to throw here on first down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
A.J. Boye with a pick.
And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Buying time to his...
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Evans. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Viking 18. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go with Sanders.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
That's out to the left and complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down and 4, Mahomes. That is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll get that one complete to counter. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the tight end goes in motion left. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run. One that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Now Mahomes. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense, because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
137 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I'm not lying.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Right back to him on first down.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hurry, hurry.
Running right, here's Sanders. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
60 Vikings, 70 Lions. Viking 18. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And some room to run now. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Well, agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10.
18 Cardinals.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Touchdown! Khalif Raymond, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Hands it off out of the gun. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Slot man moves right. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
try again with the arm here on second down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
In all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw it than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
The Broncos take over first down.
70 Lions. 18, 5 years. Careful.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And my goodness, another interception.
Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
He's able to find Melton.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust, because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Mahomes will throw.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mahomes. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach.
And now here's another interception. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.